So you've had this thought for a while now that you want to start a YouTube channel. You've seen people's growth on it. You've seen the growth that people have had on it. You've seen the gratitude that people have said towards starting a YouTube channel. The fact that they're able to look back at their old selves. The fact that they build communities around this. And now you want to be a part of it. Maybe you've seen Gary Vee telling you that you need to shit content out your ass. Perhaps, for whatever reason that may be, you want to start the YouTube channel, but still you have those fears and doubt that you think that, why would anyone want to listen to me? I'm not an expert. I'm not a genius. Why would I be qualified? Why would anyone want to watch me? And today I'm just going to be talking you through those fears and doubts and show you why it's actually beneficial to document your journey as you go. So the reason why you want to start a YouTube channel is maybe you're passionate about something. Maybe you think that starting a YouTube channel is just cool and that's good enough. So then why do you have these counterintuitive thought process of you really wanting to start something and show your talents off to the world, and in the same breath you're thinking that you're not good enough, that why would anyone listen to you? Well, first let's just acknowledge that those two thought process are like, they're just pulling you to neutrality. They're literally one or the other. I'm not good enough and I really want to showcase my talents to the world. You're literally pulling yourself in those directions, and where does that leave you? It leaves you in indecisiveness, feeling overwhelmed of the options, leaving you feeling overwhelmed of something that was meant to be fun. So what I'm going to do is limit those thoughts and hopefully transform them into more of the positive thoughts, such as, oh yeah, people do want to hear what I have to say, or yeah, I can help someone on their journey. Even though I'm not at that top level yet, I can still help people along their journey as well. Now, the first mindset shift would be to realize that there is value in what we have to say. Even if we are not a psychologist, for example, and you're seeing psychologist content from actual psychologists pop up on YouTube. So you're probably thinking like, oh, look at these experts with years of experience and I'm just a psychology student at uni. What can I compare? How can I compare against them? How you can provide value in this case is that you are a psychology student at university. Why not document that process of you getting to that top level of being a therapist or a psychiatrist? Document that journey, because that journey in itself can actually be of value to someone who is looking to be on that same path as you. And the thing is, with someone who is a beginner, so someone who is not a psychiatrist or psychologist yet, or whatever the field is, they're more likely to relate to you, the student, the adventurer, the beginner, because you are closer to their level than as if someone who is an actual psychiatrist, the higher level. You're more relatable to them, and because they can resonate with you more, then your message will actually impact them more than someone who is a professional. So now that you've kind of calmed down on the thought process of, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not an expert, I'm not qualified, this and that. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, I wanna showcase and document my work as an amateur, as a beginner. As humans, we often strive for perfection, and that kind of contradicts with being an amateur, right? How can I be? I want to showcase my work because it's a reflection of me, so I want it to be perfect. I don't want to put out half-assed work. I want to put out my full potential every time, and that is actually what is stopping you, because the point of documenting your process is that you're not perfect, especially right now. You're not where you want to be. I do want to say that being scared to put out your beginner's work, your amateur work online is quite terrifying. It's so terrifying to be vulnerable online, speaking your true facts, your true self, rather than, because it's different when you're presenting yourself and you're presenting a neutral version of you, which is scared to get cancelled. But it's not your fault that you feel scared of posting your your work online, for it to be criticized, to be judged, essentially. Of course, you're going to be scared. And this goes back to social media and comparisons. And we're always seeing people's best highlights, the best of the best, their best work. They don't really want to put in their rainy days out there. If we put in our shit work out there, or work that's not even done or is still in the process, then we're not stepping up to the standards of social media, where everyone's cinematic and HD and big batty and everything like that. Then it's totally understandable why a beginner would be scared to put out their work online. But deep this year, you're scared of not being perfect and not feeling good enough to post your stuff out there. But at the same time, you're thinking, why would anyone want to watch this? Or why would anyone read this? Or why would anyone pay attention to me? You have these contradicting thoughts. You have these doubts that cancel each other out. So if no one cares about what you have to say, then isn't that the green light? Isn't that the permission to post anyways? Because if no one is caring as deep as you think, then that's great. No one's actually being that judgmental. No one's actually criticizing me to the extent I've built in my head. When I clocked this with myself, when I realized this thought process of, I have to be a genius, and at the same time, why would anyone care about this? It's very interesting how much I limit myself with these contradicting doubts that they cancel each other out, but I just let them stop me. I just let them stop me because I don't actually question these doubts. Wherever you are in your journey, you can always help someone out. Going back to the doubts where I thought I had to be an expert before I could give some value to people. I'm a film student at university right now. I've just finished my first year, and before I was thinking that why would I give film advice when I've not been in the industry or I've not made an Oscar award-winning film yet? But when I just brought it back down, I realized that I can be helping people who are considering film at university. I could be helping people students in general. I could be helping people in the creative process, in the beginning stages of their creative process. Even though I'm not Mr. Beast or nothing like that, I can still be providing value and more time. The audience that I am targeting, the people who I can actually help, they can actually resonate with me more because I am closer to them than they are closer to Mr. Beast, for example. A book I'd highly recommend on documenting your process and your creativity online is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. This book is a banger. It's one of those books, I say that for every video it seems, but it's one of them books that will have a huge impact on my life because it already has been. This book was recommended from one of Ali Abdaal's videos. First off, I'm very grateful for Ali Abdaal. He's so sweet, and just the fact that he's so passionate when he's talking about productivity systems and Notion and note-taking apps. The gleam in his eyes, when he talks about that, you can just feel an excitement that you can feel through the screen as well. You know what I'm saying? When he's just talking about Excel and book recommendations, the amount of enthusiasm he has is... And he's just a G as well. Like, Ali, I rate you. Thank you for your value throughout the years. And sorry about this book. Still, Show Your Work. So what I love about this book is that it's an easy read. It's got wonderful illustrations, and basically what I love about this book is it's straight to the point. This could have easily been a 300 full-page, full-sized book telling you why documenting your work is good. Some of the themes that Austin Kleon talks about is you don't have to be a genius. Think process, not product. Share something small every day. Open up your curiosities. Tell good stories. Teach what you know. Highly recommend this book for all creatives. This really helps you transform your fears into reasons as to why you should share your work, share your process, share your way of doing things and techniques and discoveries along your journey. Yeah, such a sick book. For starting a YouTube channel, especially a self-improvement channel, that is the best structure and framework to start a YouTube channel on. Because with a self-improvement, self-development channel, anything you're doing at that moment is part of the journey, whether it's your failures, whether it's your discoveries, what you're reading right now, how you're applying that into your life and in your goals. That could be all of that. Part of all of those things that are part of your journey can be so valuable to someone who is just considering entrepreneurship, considering starting a YouTube channel. Being on your own journey, you're helping someone else on theirs. That in itself is something such a sweet concept to me. How cool would it be if you had vlogs documenting how you were and how your feelings were when you were in a job that you didn't like, and then comparing that to where you are now, your situation now, where you are making passive income, you're waking up to checks, when you are traveling with a bad bitch for jokes, comparing that to previously when you were overwhelmed at your 9 to 5, you came home exhausted, and then you compared that to you in the present moment when flying to Milan for a business opportunity, for a holiday, and everything in between that, the journey in the middle of that is also there as well. So it's not just, oh, my life is crap and oh, my life is better, but then you can actually see how you got to point A to point B. And if you want to deep it as well, for whatever results you transition from, because you documented everything, you could easily sell that as a course, as a webinar, or whatever. But that's just thinking more deep down, yeah? Alex Hormozy, he's an entrepreneur, YouTuber. He gave a seminar talking about documenting the process, and he was saying how cool would it be if we saw a vlog from Jeff Bezos in 1996 saying how, hey guys, we almost lost the company. Hey guys, we made this company because we wanted to start selling books. And a couple of years later, he's like, hey guys, there's this thing called the internet, and that just makes our business so much easier. And just imagine the whole process of Amazon, for example, and if each step was vlogged by the CEO, and that'd be such a cool thing to see. And then imagine if you had that similar process in your life. I want to end this on a quote from Steve Jobs. For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. You've clearly had this urge, this calling to create and document your process online. If you're thinking about the regrets in life, why would you not want to create something as simple as a YouTube channel, documenting your days, documenting on your journey at this moment? And then also, what if you documented your self-improvement journey or your journey in your career in the tech industry? What if you yourself may be the next Steve Jobs, and then for people to have vlogs of you back in the day, just documenting your thought process, your principles, the way you saw things in your everyday. And also, what if your message inspires the next Steve Jobs? Because in the future, when people are referencing and giving thanks to things that have inspired them, people are going to start referencing Instagram captions. People are going to start referencing YouTube videos and TikToks that help them switch on a light bulb or gave them an idea to change the world, for example. What if you were given that much value and you gave inspiration to the next Picasso, the next Kanye to keep going? So keep going. Love.